Now, Martina and Leslie Johnson are married and tell the Daily Mail they traveled together. I'm Vanessa Tyler with Mike Stevens on your home for 24/7 News, the Black Information Network.
Time now for traffic and weather.
On the Bay Area's BIN 910.
Still seeing that backup growing on eastbound Highway 84 at the Dumbarton Bridge. This is due to an earlier solo crash right before the toll plaza. An SUV ended up on top of the concrete wall. Traffic is now backed up to University. As a result, you're looking at least a 45-minute delay. No estimate on how long it's going to take them to get that cleared up. The right lane, by the way, is still blocked. Taking a look at your ride on the San Mateo Bridge, we continue to see slow traffic. That backup starts at Alameda de las Pulgas on eastbound 92, and that sluggish pattern is going to run you all the way out to Clawwitter. Taking a look at eastbound 580 heading out of Castro Valley, we see a slowdown starting just past Redwood Road, and that's going to run you over the Dublin grade out to Santa Rita Road. Clear skies overnight, lows in the 50s, sunny and warm inland tomorrow. With Bay Area traffic and weather, I'm Rick Batiste on the Black Information Network.
Your story is our story.
The Black Information Network.
The Bay Area's BIN 910.
I'm Natasha Williams on your home for 24/7 News, San Francisco's BIN 910. A strike is looming in San Jose. Nearly 4,500 workers plan to walk off the job for at least 3 days because of what they say is chronic understaffing and low pay.
We make sure the fire hydrants work when the fire department needs it. We make sure when you turn on your tap that the residents have safe, reliable drinking water.
According to NBC Bay Area, the union and the city have been negotiating for months, and the workers have been working without a contract since it expired in late June. The union says that many departments are understaffed. And the city had around 1,000 open positions at one point this year. The workers say they want a 7% raise. But Mayor Matt Mahan says the city simply can't afford it.
The numbers are what they are, and now we're at a point where we're saying we can do a 5% raise, 3% additional weeks of paid parental leave, and if we want to go any farther, we're going to have to identify cuts, and those are not going to be very popular, but once again, we have to have a balanced budget.
Some union members plan to attend the city council meeting to make one last plea to avoid a strike. If a deal isn't reached, though, the strike will take place from August 15th through the 17th. Plans for an IKEA in downtown San Francisco are underway despite many recent closures of nearby businesses. But one person living in the city is skeptical.
I don't think they'll get much business. I don't think so. Because a lot of people don't like being in this area because of all the drugs and everything that's going on. So I don't know.
The Market Street store will specialize in what the company calls small space living. The company plans to hire security and loss prevention workers throughout the store. And a New York City doctor with ties to the Bay Area is facing at least 50 charges for allegedly drugging, sexually abusing, and videotaping women as he conducted surgeries. A district attorney in New York says Dr. Guy Ching targeted patients at multiple medical facilities.
But also in Las Vegas, in San Francisco, in Thailand. And so it's important that people reach out to us so that we can make the identifications.
Dr. Ching once lived in Santa Clara during his residency at a San Francisco medical center. And police in Oakland are investigating a slew of robberies at convenience and liquor stores across the city. At least 4 robberies have taken place at such stores. Around Oakland over the past 2 weeks. In all of the robberies, 6 to 12 men burst into the shop and stole cigarettes and liquor before leaving the scene. Investigators say it appears to be a coordinated effort, but they have yet to make any arrests in any of the cases. And that's a look at what's going on around the Bay Area. For more on these stories and international, national, state, and local news affecting the Black community, listen to the Black Information Network on the iHeartRadio app or log on to BINnews.com. I'm Natasha Williams on your home for 24/7 News, San Francisco's BIN 910. From police brutality
brutality to COVID-19 to voter suppression, the NAACP is working to disrupt inequality, dismantle racism, and accelerate change in our communities. Find out how you can get involved at NAACP.org. Because trust matters.
The Black Information Network. The Bay Area's BIN 910.
After climbing from unpaid intern to A&R executive at Uptown Records, Sean Puffy Combs was fired in 1993. Before the year was up, he would start his own label, Bad Boy Records, achieving multi-platinum success with Ready to Die from the Notorious B.I.G. in 1995. These the ladies tonight that should be having my baby, man. Oh, baby. A Puff's tribute to Big, a Rush release of I'll Be Missing You with Faith Evans topped the charts. On Bad Boy would all reach multi-platinum status. Bad Boy celebrated its 20th anniversary by selling out Barclays Center in Brooklyn and originating the Bad Boy Family Reunion Tour in 2016. This is a demo cologne for the Black Information Network.
Call the Black Information Network hotline and let us know what's happening in your community. 855-500-9EIN.
Stories from the front line. Voters in Tennessee have decided to keep 2 black state representatives in office.
Of the fight for justice. Critics argue that the College Board caved to political pressure from Florida Governor Ron DeSantis.
And equality.
The thought that my wife would not walk out to raise her voice, it never crossed my mind.
The Black Information Network. The NAACP is opposing a levy for public schools.
The Bay Area's BIN 910 and on the iHeartRadio app. Bank of America Corporation is proud to be a founding partner who shares and supports the mission of the Black Information Network.
I'm Bill Black with another Bet You Didn't Know music fact. We all know this song. That's Marvin Gaye's What's Going On, recorded in 1970. It's a song about war, racism, and things African Americans were going through at that time. Now on background vocals of this song were legendary Detroit Lions Slim Berry and Mel Farr. After he recorded the song, Gaye told Berry and Farr he wanted to try out for the Detroit Lions. Because Lions coach Jim Schmidt was a fan of Marvin, he agreed to take the meeting, but when he found out he had never played football, not even in high school, he said no to a tryout. So even though Marvin never got to give us classic football moves, he left us with a legacy of songs. I'm Bill Black, and that's another Bet You Didn't Know music fact on the Black Information Network.
The opinions, beliefs, and viewpoints expressed in this commentary are those of the author and do not necessarily represent those of BIN and its founding partners and employees. Now it's time to bring the funk with Roland S. Martin.
The great activist Fannie Hamer once proclaimed, "I am sick and tired of being sick and tired." That statement alone readily explains the Montgomery, Alabama brawl that took place this weekend. A black security guard is trying to properly place boats, and one boat was in the wrong place, and he decided to move it to make way for another boat. The white folks who owned that pontoon boat took offense to that and began to argue with him, leading to a melee. Several white folks, men and women, began to attack him. Then black folks came to his rescue, and it turned into an all-out brawl. Black folks have been just going off on social media with videos and memes and you name it. And so someone might ask, why are black folks acting and responding the way they are? It is because not just centuries of oppression, but the last 4 to 6 years, especially when Trump was in the Oval, you had so many videos of black people barbecuing, black people selling lemonade, black people delivering FedEx and UPS packages, black folks just trying to go about their daily lives, and they were constantly being accosted by Karens and their male counterparts. of black men fishing and several white folks coming by asking him, do he belong here? A black woman at a pool and a white man asking to see her ID. Black people are tired of being abused just for being black. And so black folks are like, you got everything coming to you, including that chair upside your head. I'm Roman Martin, the Black Information Network.
Because truth matters.
The Black Information Network. The Bay Area's BIN 910.
I'm Doug Davis, and here's what's trending. Twitter records are being used as evidence in the Justice Department's case against former President Trump. Special counsel Jack Smith obtained a search warrant for the records, according to unsealed documents. And that's what's trending on the Black Information Network.
Sports on the Black Information Network.
The New England Patriots are bringing a part of their championship pedigree back to Foxborough. New England signed defensive end Trey Flowers and placed him on the active PUP list. The Pats selected Flowers, who is black, in the 4th round of the 2015 draft. The 29-year-old won 2 Super Bowls in his 4 seasons with the Patriots before signing a 5-year, $90 million deal with the Detroit Lions in 2019. He appeared in 4 games with the Miami Dolphins last season before landing on injured reserve due to his foot. Flowers recorded 21 sacks with an additional 5.5 sacks, coming in 9 postseason games as a Patriot. He has 31.5 sacks, 265 tackles, and 10 forced fumbles with 4 recoveries over his career. Elsewhere in the NFL, the Washington Commanders are still adjusting to their new offensive coordinator. According to head coach Ron Rivera, some of his players expressed concern over Eric Bieniemy's intensity during practice. Bieniemy acknowledged his energy, saying, "I'm always going to be loud, always going to be vocal, always going to demand from my leaders." Washington hired Bieniemy this offseason after he spent the past 10 years with the Kansas City Chiefs, including the past 5 as an offensive coordinator when they won 2 Super Bowls. Bieniemy, who is black, has interviewed for a head coaching position 15 times, but has yet to land that job. Sports at 14 and 44 minutes past each hour. I'm Morgan Hood on your home for 24/7 News, the Black Information Network, and BINnews.com.
A special thank you to Sony,
A proud founding partner who shares and supports the mission of the Black Information Network. Black Information Network, podcast you should know.
Welcome to Hello Somebody, a production of the Black Effect Podcast Network and iHeartMedia. There were not a lot of images of me, of black women, and I got messages, both directly and indirectly, that because of my...
I hate people in Napa. Rich people, they don't care what rules don't apply to rich people. That's usual. I hate working with people who are so fucking crazy.